Okay, here we have the problem that we are going to write the equation of the exponential function that passes through these points. The points are -1, -2, and 3, -162. So we know that it is an exponential function, which means that we know that our end result is we're going to be writing our equation in y equals a times b to the x format. So we need to figure out what a is, and we need to figure out what b is. We are going to create a system of equations using what we have from these 2 points. So let's start with the first one. I know that x is -1 and y is -2, so I can write the equation. I can plug x in for, or -1 in for x and -2 in for y, and I can write the equation -2 equals, I don't know what a is, so I'm going to put a. I don't know what b is, so I'm going to put b to the negative first. So there's my first equation. My second equation is going to use the other point. X is 3, y is -162. So I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to plug -162 in for y. I still don't know what a is, and I still don't know what b is, but I know that x is 3, so I'm going to plug it into the third. So now I have a system of equations, and even though they're not linear equations, I can still use my solving methods that I use for linear systems. But for right now, I'm going to do it with substitution. So I need to take this equation right here, and I need to rewrite it so that I can substitute into the blue equation. All right. I know that a -1 exponent means that I'm repeatedly dividing. So I can rewrite my equation as -2 equals a divided by b to the first, or just b. I still don't have a all by itself yet, so I need to multiply both sides by b so that those b's will cancel out. And if I multiply on the right, I need to multiply on the left. And now I have -2b equals a. Now that means that anywhere I have a in the other equation, I can substitute in 2b. Let's go to the blue equation now. -162 equals, and instead of a, I'm going to write in -2b. Since anywhere I had a, I can swap out and replace it with -2b, and then it would still be times b to the third. Now I'm going to use my laws of exponents to kind of simplify this a little bit. -162 equals -2. If I have 1b times 3 more b's, I'm multiplying b 4 times. So I can rewrite that as b to the fourth. So now I have -162 equals -2 times b to the fourth, and I'm going to start to solve this for b. The first step in solving is to divide both sides by -2. And when I do that, that will get rid of the -2 that's multiplying the b to the fourth, and it will leave me with b to the fourth. -162 divided by -2, negative divided by negative is a positive, so I would now have positive 81. Now to get rid of that b to the fourth, I can do two things. I can do it as the fourth root, because the fourth root will undo a b to the fourth. And if I do the fourth root on the right, I have to do the fourth root on the left. Or you can think of it with our new fractional exponents. If I want to get rid of b to the fourth, I would do that to the 1/4, because 4 times 1/4 is 1, which means I would have to do 81 to the 1/4. Either way, you end up with the same answer, which is that b equals 3. Now I know what b is. I can plug it back into either one of my original equations to find out what a is. I am going to plug it into this equation because that's going to be very simple. I won't have to do any solving. And I would get -2 times 3, since I know that b is equal to 3, equals a. -2 times 3 is -6. That means a equals -6. And my final step, since my directions told me to write the equation, I'm going to use a and b to write the equation. And it would be y equals -6 times 3 to the x power. And that is how you use an exponential system and substitution to write an equation from 2 points.